Hello and welcome to my Arma 3 tutorial on how to create collectible intel. So right now I just have a mission that I actually already made, but I deleted all the intel stuff so I can show you how to do it from scratch. So we're gonna need a playable player character, and once you have that set down, this is just a regular Zeus mission, and I have the player set to the independent faction. So the first thing we need is we're going to create a trigger, and you can set the activation to anything you want, but for this we're just going to set it to a certain area. So if the player is actually in the area, that's when the trigger is activated. So we're going to set the activation to independent, since that's our faction, and the activation type is going to be by present. So when the independent faction is within the trigger, that's when it's going to activate. So this blue circle, so we'll just set it where the player is, because we want the task to be created at the start of the game. So once that is set, we are going to go to our systems and select Intel and create task, and we're just going to leave that there for now. And next we're just going to select a random object that we can pick up. We can make it pretty much anything. Let's see, we could make it garbage if we wanted to. Why don't we make it a cereal box? So that's our secret intel. And we are going to go into the object properties, and you're going to paste this exact line into this box. This addaction collect intel collect.sqf, and collect.sqf is going to be a file that we're going to put in our mission folder after this. So, and we're actually gonna make sure you name the object intel1. That's gonna differentiate it from other objects. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our create task module, and we are going to set the task ID, which has to be unique. Especially if you want to create other tasks. So we'll name it Intel TSK1 since it's the first one. This can be left blank, and the title can be anything you want. We'll set it to collect intel, and the description, you can just make whatever description you want. And the destination down here should be module position, and we'll leave the state to created. That way the player can just assign whichever one they want to do first while they're playing. And for the task type, all that really changes is what icon is used when you're looking at the waypoint on your map or in the game. So we'll just select the intel icon, which is right here. We'll press OK. Alright, so since this is the create task module right here, and since we have the destination set to module position, we have to set this exactly where the intel that we're going to collect is going to be. So we'll put it right here. And we actually need to sync the trigger to the module. So we're going to right click on the trigger, go to connect, sync to, and you get this blue line, and you're going to select create task. And whenever you move this, it's going to follow. And you're going to do this again, but you're going to right click on create task, sync to, and then put the blue line on the player this time. Okay. So make sure everything is lined up. And we are going to go ahead and see if this shows up on our tasks. And what do you know? It does. So we're going to assign this. And now you can see the, I don't know if you guys can see the waypoint, but it is right there. And when you go over the serial box, it'll say collect intel. And when we select collect intel, script collect.sqf not found, which is completely normal because we have not added the collect.sqf file into our mission folder yet. So we are going to do that right now. Okay, so once you are in your documents folder, you're gonna go to Arma 3 other profiles, and you should see your Arma 3 account name here, and where whichever folder you saved your mission in, that's what you're gonna open. So I saved mine in MP missions and tutorial. So I already made 2 files, but I'll go ahead and just delete them just to show you. So you're gonna name it, well, first you're gonna create a new text document, and you're going to name it collect, and then you're gonna put .sqf and then enter. It'll ask you if you want to change the file name extension, and you're gonna say yes. Okay, so once you open this up, you're gonna want to paste this text into there: DeleteVehicle space Intel 1. And what this does is it'll delete the object, the serial box that we created, which we named Intel 1. So once we actually pick it up, this is the little action that's going to be called. So we're going to save this, and if you want to make more than one Intel item, then it's probably a good idea just to make a copy of this and name it collect2.sqf. And I'm gonna assume that you're gonna name the next Intel item Intel 2. So we'll say DeleteVehicle Intel 2 and save that. So you have collect and collect2.sqf, and depending on how many Intel items you want in your mission, you're just going to create that many collect.sqf files. Alright, so we're back in our mission, and when we pick it up, it should call collect.sqf now, and it should get deleted. And there we go. So now it gets deleted. But if you noticed, the collect intel objective is still there, so we're gonna have to create something new to make sure that the objective gets completed once you pick it up. So we'll go back into the editor. Okay, so we're gonna create a new trigger, and we'll keep it over here so we don't get confused with the other one. And you're gonna leave everything blank, but we're gonna go to this condition box, and we're gonna type exclamation point alive until 1. And what this does is it checks if until 1 is not alive. So if it's not there, then the trigger gets activated, and the exclamation point is pretty much just means not. So not alive until 1, and then that's when the trigger activates. And we're gonna go back to systems, and we're gonna actually we'll go over to our original module, and we'll just do control C and control C, control V to copy and paste a new one. And so since we just cloned that one, we have the exact copy, the same task ID, the same title, and the same description as the first one, but instead of created, you're going to go to succeeded. So once the cereal box is gone, then we'll consider the task to be finished. So we're going to sync these two, and we're going to sync that to the player. And with all of these synced up, it should work now. Oh, actually first we should assign the task. Alright, so we have the task assigned, and we're going to collect the intel, and task completed, collect intel.